Good morning, how are you? I hope you are fine. Okay, let us today start a new topic, coagulation of blood, and I hope you will like it and enjoy it. Basically, we will study in this topic the clotting of blood mechanism, which is a very important topic and very important mechanism for our knowledge and for exam point of view. I am D. Bhavani Singh, PGT Biology. I like to explain you in a very easy way, and I hope you will understand it. Let us move on the next slide or first slide. Basically what happens whenever our any body part get injured by any wound or by any a cut, what happens, the blood start flowing that from the particular part, and finally what happens, due to the injury some mechanism gets started, and finally within 2 minutes, if in a healthy person a small mesh like red stuff like clot or coagulum will form at particular area. You can see in the diagram, and within 2 minutes all the blood flow stop and ceases from that area, and bleeding stops from that particular part. So what happens, basically it is involved a steps and mechanism and some of the inactive form of factors which become active, and finally the clot form at that particular area. Okay, now basically if you see, I think you have seen the many persons who have injury, there is a small dark reddish brown scum form at that particular area. This is called the clot or coagulum, and basically on injury, when the blood release from that particular area and some WBCs, RBC and platelets injured, and finally it activates some mechanism, and finally some special network of fibrins that form there, and it traps all of the dead RBC, WBC and platelet, and that leads to formation of clot. And what is the benefit of this blood clot? It prevents the blood loss, because if approximately 2 units of blood flows or loss occurs in any person, he become unconscious. That's why clotting of blood is very important for our life, and it saves the life. Okay, and basically we have to understand that it's a series of reactions, okay, which helps in clotting of blood, and many factors are involved. In higher classes you will study approximately 13 factors are involved in the clotting of blood, but exam point of view in your standard 11th class, basically only we have to study 3 or 4 factors only. Okay, so we will learn about coagulation of blood and the major role played by platelets. That's we have to keep in mind. Okay, move on the next slide. Basically it is a flow chart. You can note down for exam point of view. If you explain and use this flow chart, it will help you to easily learn and understand the mechanism. Okay, let us I like to explain you. Basically in platelet, one enzyme is present that is called thrombokinase. It also help in formation of thrombus. Thrombus is basically a scientific word we use for that. That thrombus means a clot or coagulum. Even we take the calcium in our diet, because we daily take what, milk, and milk is a rich source of calcium mineral, and the calcium play a very active and role in clotting of blood. Even whenever we take the green vegetables, it is a rich source of vitamin K. It also vitamin K play very important role in clotting of blood. So these 3 factors are very important, we have to keep in mind. Okay, but certain factor I already explained you in the last slide that they are present in inactive form, like prothrombin and fibrinogen. These are present in our platelets in inactive form. Whenever any injury take place and the RBC, WBC platelets in blood comes out, finally it initiates the mechanism, and finally what happens, from the injured cell this prothrombin releases out, and when it come in contact with the thromboplastin and thrombokinase enzyme, calcium mineral, finally this prothrombin, which is in inactive form, converts in active form. This thrombin is active. Okay, and this thrombin activates the another factor, fibrinogen. This fibrinogen is basically inactive. When it come in contact with thrombin, finally it become in active form, fibrin, and this fibrin leads to formation of some fibers and contact all of the cells from there, and finally a fibers polymer is formed which trap all of the RBC, dead WBC, injured platelets, and some RBCs, healthy RBCs also. And that particular area, a clot is start forming. And finally, within 2 minutes, the bleeding stops or ceases from that particular part. Okay, and finally, within the time after 2 or 3 hours, it changes into dark brown color, and this is basically the blood clot, which already contains the fibers and completely, and also it helps in healing of our wound also. Within 5 to 7 days, this clot starts shrinking, and below them the WBCs, RBC supplied the nutrients to that part, and the tissue start dividing, and finally this wound completely healed. When the wound completely healed, finally this clot automatically release from that particular area, give a small scar of white or pink color, and finally we can see that our wound is healed. So all this mechanism is occurs just because of the role of platelets and the factor involved in clotting of blood. So for exam point of view, my sincere request to you, please keep in mind this flow chart. It will help you, and these 3 factors. I hope you enjoyed this presentation of clotting of blood. I am D. Bhavani Singh, so please like and share my videos. Thank you.